Time to see what's going on in the digital streets. Earlier this month, Travis Scott offered to cover the burial expenses for the 10 fans who lost their lives during the Astroworld tragedy. But now, the family of 9-year-old Ezra Blount, the youngest of the victims, has rejected Scott's offer, according to the family's attorney, Bob Dilliard. The family has filed a lawsuit against Scott, and in a letter obtained by Rolling Stone, Dilliard says, "I have no doubt Mr. Scott feels remorse. His journey ahead will be painful. He must face and hopefully see that he bears some of the responsibility for this tragedy." Blount was taken off life support a few days ago after sustaining, or a few weeks ago, I'm assuming, after sustaining severe injuries from the concert. Tiger Woods is speaking out publicly for the first time about life after a horrific car accident that occurred 9 months ago. In an exclusive interview with Golf Digest, Woods says he thought he might actually lose his leg. The 15-time major champ said, "I'm lucky to be alive, but also still to have the limb." He said this to reporters prior to his charity tournament, and the hero would challenge. Woods also told reporters that he does hope to play on the PGA Tour again, but only part-time. The New York rapper Cardi B is now the first and only female rapper with multiple diamond songs. On Monday, Cardi B and Maroon 5's 2018 hit song Girls Like You officially sold over 10 million copies in the United States. Cardi B tweeted in celebration of the accomplishment, thanking Maroon 5. Cardi's breakout hit Bodak Yellow was certified diamond earlier this year. Salute to Cardi B. Atlanta rapper T.I. is making news for reportedly spreading misinformation on social media with comments about Felicia Moore, a candidate in the Atlanta mayoral runoff election, which took place earlier today and drew voters across the city up until the polls closed at 8 p.m. Eastern. The rapper took to Instagram and reposted a screenshot of an article claiming that the mayoral candidate would shut down all strip clubs, and he later encouraged voters to cast their ballots for Moore's political opponent, Atlanta mayoral candidate Andre Dickens. Meanwhile, outlets like the Atlanta Journal-Constitution report that claims alleging that Felicia Moore intends to shut down strip clubs and restrict their hours are false, adding that she says she doesn't support closing clubs. At this point, Dickens is ahead with about 60% of votes. Well, if there is one way to make people in Atlanta mad, tell them you about to shut down the strip club. It would be absurd. So much of the economy of Atlanta is bound up in the Magic Cities, the Gentlemen's Club, the Onyxes, and all these other places that I've read about doing my research for this story, and only for this story. But the truth is, that's not what this woman wants to do. And so we have to be mindful when we engage in election information sharing, particularly as public figures, that we share the proper information, that we only share information that advances people's knowledge, that gives people a good faith basis on which to decide between candidates, and not to undermine the ability of voters to make solid decisions. This isn't about T.I. This is about all of us. You know, whether it's a presidential election, a mayoral election, a gubernatorial election, we have to be mindful of the information that we share, because in the age of the internet, in the age of social media, and in the age of memes, it is easy to believe that something is true because somebody has a bullet-pointed list. It's easy to believe that something is true because there's an anonymous source. It's even easy to believe something is true because someone important or famous or cute or smart likes it or reposts it or retweets it. But that doesn't make it true. So family, when you're examining information, when you're making a decision based on information, and certainly when you're sharing information, not just for elections, but for public health, for education, for organizing, for debates, for gossip, whatever it is, please make sure your information is right. Because as they say, a lie gets around the world before the truth can put its pants on. We do not want to be responsible for putting bad information out there, family.